Good morning, students. So today we will start with the new chapter, and that is control and coordination. Okay. First of all, just tell me the meaning of coordination. Any one of you can tell me the meaning of coordination? Coordination means it is the process by which various organs they interact, okay, and they work together to perform the important functions of life. That is called coordination. Because in our body there are so many organ systems, so many important chemical reactions are taking place. There is digestive system, digestion of food takes place, respiratory system, circulatory system, where the transport of blood takes place. So there are so many systems, there are so many organs. So but all the things are happening in a systemic way. All the organs are coordinating with each other to perform the important or the vital functions of life. Understood or no? So they are working with each other in a very systemic way and in very coordinated way. Okay. Now students, how you become aware about your surroundings? Like now it is daytime, or you are feeling cold, you are feeling hot, or how you become aware, how you know about these things, how you feel. Anyone can answer this question? How you become aware of your surroundings? You can see flower with your eye, or maybe you are seeing so many things with your eye now. Okay, you are able to taste, or you can feel the outside temperature, whether it's hot or cold. So how you are able to do it? This all is brought about by nervous system and endocrine system. Okay, you are aware of your surroundings by two systems. Two systems help you. Okay, that is nervous system and the endocrine system. Nervous system consists of nervous tissue. Okay, it is made up mainly of nervous tissue, and endocrine system mainly it consists of certain hormones which are called as which are the chemicals. Understood? So nervous system generally consists of the brain, spinal cord and nerves. And these three things, the brain, the spinal cord and the nerves, are made up of nervous tissue. And nervous tissue is made up of nerve cells. Okay, because I told you because you are aware, you have studied in class 9 that what is a tissue? A group of cells performing the same function. So here the cells are nerve cells, and their function is to transmit the outside message to the brain and bring from the brain to the organs. So nervous tissue consists of nerve cells, whereas the endocrine system consists of certain chemicals or the hormones. Okay, these chemicals are called as hormones. So I would like to explain you a few terms. Stimuli. What do you mean by stimuli? Outside environmental changes. Okay, so the outside environmental changes that bring response, that is called as the stimuli. The change in the environment due to which the living organism respond is the stimuli. Suppose if it is hot, suppose it is, what you will do? You will switch on the fans, you will switch on the ACs. Okay, so that hot weather outside, that is the stimuli, and what you are doing in reaction, how you are reacting to that stimuli, that is your response. So what is response? It is the reaction to the stimuli. Like I just said now, if it is very cold outside, suppose during winter season, what you do? That cold weather, that is the change in the environmental condition now, that is the stimuli. But what you do? If it is very cold outside, you will do something. What you will do? You will wear warm clothes. Okay, so that is your response to the stimuli, What is the stimuli here? The cold weather. That is the change in the environment. I hope it's clear to you. If anyone will prick needle in your hand, what will happen? You will remove your hand. So that prick, that is the stimuli, and how you are responding? By removing your hand. That is your response. Children, each kind of change in the environment evokes appropriate movement in response. Whatever change occurs, you will respond. Nervous system and endocrine system controls and coordinates all the systems within the organism as well as external environment of the organisms. I hope understood. Children, now how it happens? Okay, I told you that the nervous tissue and the endocrine system, okay, they control and coordinates the various systems of our life, or whatever changes occur in the environment that is detected by the nervous tissue. How it happens? This nervous tissue, it consists of nerve cells, sense organs, okay. You know about sense organ. So this nervous tissue, it consists of nerve cells, and these nerve cells are present in the sense organs. These nerve cells are also called as neurons. Okay, what is the other name of nerve cells? Neurons, and they are the longest cells present in the human body. Understood or no? So the change in the environment, how it is detected? It is detected by the nerve cells. And these nerve cells are present where? It is present in the sense organs. Now children, we will discuss the structure of the nerve cell or the neuron. You can just refer to the image which is given in the document or in your book. Okay. Now, this nerve cell or the neuron, it consists of three parts. First is cell body, which is also called as cyton, the main part of the neuron. This cell body, that is actually the main part of the neuron, and it has a nucleus. Then second part is dendrites. The cyton produces 5 to 7 very short cylinder and branch structures which are called as dendrites. You can see in the image. Axon. Axon is the single, relatively thick, long, unbranched extension, okay, arising from the cell body. Children, this axon is sometimes supported or surrounded by one protective sheath around it, which is called as myelin sheath. Actually, it's a protein sheath. Okay, it is called as a myelin sheath, and this axon, which is surrounded or which is protected by the myelin sheath, is called as a nerve fiber. What is nerve fiber? It is nothing but it's an axon which is surrounded by the protein sheath called as myelin. And many nerve fibers together forms a nerve. You have heard many times nerve. What is nerve? Nerve is nothing but it is a group or it's a cluster of axons which is surrounded by a myelin sheath. There is a difference between the nerves and the veins. So don't get confused. Veins, it's related to heart, which brings the oxygenated blood. And what are the nerves? Which carry the message from the outside environment to the brain and bring the message from the brain to the organs, which we will study now, later on, after I explain you the structure. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now children, these neurons, okay, they are of three types of neurons. One is sensory neuron. This sensory neuron is actually present in the sense organs, and these sensory neurons, they detect or they receive messages about change in the environment. Whatever change occurs in the environment, that is first detected by the sensory neurons. Okay, they receive the message and sets up the electrical impulse or sets up the electrical signals. When they receive the message, one electrical signals are set up in the neurons to transfer this message. Okay, how the message is transferred from one end to the another, how the message it reaches from the organs, from the sense organs to the brain, how it reaches. it reaches in the form of electrical signals which are called as electrical impulse. I hope it's clear to everyone. So they detect the message about the change in the environment and this sets up the electrical signals which are also called electrical impulse in the nerve. I hope understood. And carry these signals to the central nervous system. Central nervous system is actually the brain and the spinal cord. Children, these sensory neurons, I told you sensory neurons, I told you about the neurons, that the axons of the neurons form the nerve. Axon of the neuron is called as the nerve fiber, and the group of these nerve fibers form the nerve. So group of sensory nerve fibers will form which nerve? It will form sensory nerve. So these sensory neurons forms the sensory nerve, and these sensory neurons are also called as receptors. I hope it's clear to everyone. Second is the motor neuron. Motor neuron, it brings the message from the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, to the organs. Okay, and the message is also put in the form of electrical signals, and motor neurons form the motor nerve. Third type of neuron is the relay neuron. This relay neuron, it occurs in the central nervous system and carry impulse. Okay, carry impulse means carry the electrical signals from sensory neuron to motor neuron. Understood or no? So these are the three types of neurons. Okay, and they form the nerve. Sensory neuron will form sensory nerve, motor neuron will form motor nerve. Okay, so children, now we will discuss about the transmission of nerve impulse. You can see the image. Transmission of nerve impulse. First of all, what is the meaning of this? Transmission of nerve impulse means to transfer the nerve impulse, to transfer the nerve signals, or to transfer the message, you can say, in the form of the electrical signals called as electrical impulses from the sensory organs to the central nervous system. Central nervous system is brain or the spinal cord. Okay, it means this is the meaning of transmission of nerve impulse. Nerve impulse means in order to transfer the message, okay, electrical signals are created in the nerve. Otherwise, how it will transfer? So it is transferred in the form of electrical signals. Now children, how it happens? You know the sensory neurons are present in the sense organs, which are also called as receptors. Now dendrites of the receptors, which is present in the sense organs, they detect the stimuli, which is, you can also say, a message or a change in the environment. When they receive it, they set the electrical impulse, and this electrical impulse, it travels from dendrites to the cell body of the neuron. Understood? From impulse is set in the dendrites. From the dendrites, where these electrical signals will go? It will go to the axon, and it will go to the cell body, it will go to the cyton, and from the dendrites, the message or the electrical signal will go to the cyton. From the cyton, it will travel along the axon. Now children, this axon is branched at the end, and at the tip of the branches, swellings are present, means the tip of the branches are swollen, and in these swellings are present certain chemicals which are called as neurotransmitters. So what happens? The signal, the electrical impulse, it travels the axon and it reaches the swellings of the branches of the axons, which you can also say dendrites. Understood or no? Where the signals will reach? It will reach to the swellings of the axons, okay, which is present in the branches. Now, these swellings contains they have the chemical which are called as neurotransmitters. Now children, when the signal reaches the swellings, the neurotransmitters, they are released in the gap which is formed between, or which is present between the two nerve cells. You can see the image. Okay, the two nerve cells, they lie in such a way that a small, very, very small gap is left, and that gap is called as synapse. So when the signal, electrical signal reaches the swellings, or when it reaches the axon end, the neurotransmitters are released in the synapse, which sets up the nerve impulse, or which sets up the electrical impulse in the next neuron. Means it is transferring the message. These chemicals are released in the synapse, so these chemicals are actually transferring the message to the other neuron in the form of a electrical impulse, and this process goes on and the message reaches the central nervous system. I hope it is clear to all of you. If anyone has any doubt, you can clarify. So just you can see even in the image, and you can also refer page 115, figure 7.1. You can see nerve endings. It's written nerve endings. So here this axon, it is branched. Okay. So, and you can see at the tip of the nerve endings, that is swollen. Okay, here are the neurotransmitters are present, they are the chemicals. So that is why these chemicals are released. Why? What is the importance of these chemicals? They set up the fresh impulse in the next neuron. But the message is the same. So in this way, the message, it is transmitted from the organs. Which organs? Sensory organs to the brain or to the spinal cord. Then brain detects, reads this electrical impulse, and it sends up one signal and orders the organs to react, to respond. Okay, about which we will discuss later on. So if anyone has doubt, you can clarify it in your clarification session, and children kindly maintain the timings, assignments and other things during the timings allotted to you. During that time you can submit. Okay, now after hearing the audio, you can just revise it, and I will give assignment questions. You can do those assignment questions, and if you have any doubt, you can ask the doubt, you can clarify the doubts. I hope it's clear to everyone. Okay, thank you children.